Good morning. It's day 73 on this muggy, buggy day. It's quite warm out right now. It's going to get warmer. But we have started the trailhead this morning at Conic State Park in New York. Planning to do 18 and a half miles today. But the bugs are not, well, there's a lot of bugs. Got spray on, got my net on, because they just kind of swarm your face. So I don't think the up and downs are going to be too crazy today. They haven't been so far, but we just got on trail. And I'm expecting a good day. Hopefully it doesn't rain. You can see the bugs are already swarming my glasses. So definitely be putting this bug net down. Got the tramley a little ahead, a little behind. We're all kind of out today because we've been staying at a Airbnb. Oof. Just go straight for the mouth. Anyway, but yeah, so we had a good sleep last night. We're gonna have a big dinner tonight of spaghetti. Again. Oof. Okay, I think that's it. We'll talk about that later. Okay, this is our view of New York direction and some mountain up top. About 3.3 miles in. Feels like we've been climbing all morning, and in fact we have. This is my trail. About 4.5 miles into the trail, and that's the Taconic State Parkway. So very busy. Good thing we don't have to go over it. I think we go under it. Guess. Are we going under? We're going under. There's bottles, by the way. Bottles. Doolittle. Okay, well, this is the shelter, I guess. It's at the base of the Shenandoah Mountain, which we're going to be heading up, and I think they're just having a little snack over here. Well, this is the snazziest shelter that I've seen. Snazzy. Have you not heard the word snazzy before? Well, that is the view from Mount Shenandoah. Not to be mistaken for the Shenandoahs, which is, I think, much further south. So, no view at all. Fog, mist, whatever you want to call it. Started to rain a bit. Might clear up. I'm gonna sit my tush down and have a drink of water and a snack. Because, well, I'm hungry. Okay, so we are at Canopus Lake. Quite the little swimming beach down there and campground, and there's the lake way over there. And honestly, I wouldn't mind going for a swim, but there's too many bugs. And I'm too lazy at this point because I still have another 10 miles to walk. But it is really pretty. Although with all those water lilies, I question whether or not there's swimmer's itch in there. Anyway, we're going that way. Okay, good afternoon. This is day 74 and it's our 0 day today. We are totally platinum blazing it today at an Airbnb. Way nicer than I ever would have done, but I gotta say Doolittle likes to have a little more luxury than I do. And there's quite a few of us here actually, so it's quite nice to have all this space. This is a cute renovated barn house. So I'll show you that in a minute of what we got. And so I'm not doing much today, planning on really sitting down. We went out and got a couple of supplies because we're gonna sort of do a little birthday celebration for, well, we're baking a cake for Doolittle's husband who came out to visit, and me as well. And I think we're just eating a lot of food really. But big news is I got some new shoes because mine were destroyed. I'll show you the remnants of what they are. I tried to get the same ones again, but apparently Ultra has decided to revamp their Olympus, and now they just look like big fluffy, I don't know, cotton candy shoes. They looked really comfy and they feel really comfy, but they're no longer hiking shoes. They lack the Vibram sole. They don't even have the hooks and grommets for your gaiters. So what I did end up getting was, let me show you here, toe pose. So, and I had to upsize again, so now my last shoes were 7.5. These are an 8. So hopefully my toes will feel a lot better because they were really starting to hurt. I'm gonna show you my stinky toes here. But yeah, seriously, I think my pinky toes have been taking a beating because they were rubbing up against the edge where it's starting to seam rip and catching, and it was starting to cause a little pain, and there's a lot of heel pain in walking because they don't support anymore. The cushioning is beat. I mean, the soles kind of still look like they have a bit of life in them, or at least the left side does, because the right side, as you've noticed, I keep peeling off the tread because it's falling apart. That shoe was defective. Ultra never did get back to me with a new pair of shoes. Maybe it's because they don't make them anymore, and if those fluffy cloud ones were the ones they would replace them with, they'd be a great running shoe, but they would not be a good trail shoe. So that's pretty much it for the day. Not really gonna do much. I think in store for me is a lot of food and possibly a bathtub, because as you could see from those toes, they need soaking. I don't think they're ever gonna come clean. But so that's pretty much it. And tomorrow we'll be back on trail and we'll figure out the schedule then. This is the outside of the renovated farmhouse we're staying at in Goshen. So it definitely does require a bit of a drive to get here. It's not really convenient off of the Appalachian Trail, but it was sort of a good home base for us here since Doolittle's partner is driving, and as mentioned, we are driving. So I'm going to show you my crappy old shoes and show you why I needed to replace them. So this is my shoe, and why I'm replacing them is we have, you can see here, big hole on that side. This side's actually intact, and same with this side. There's a big hole. There's a couple holes actually. And then previously, as mentioned, the whole bottom is coming off of that. The tread's not too bad actually. There's probably still a bit of tread left on them, but the cushion in here is pretty much shot because my feet get so sore at the end of the day. I mean, granted, yes, I'm walking 18, 20 miles, but there's nothing left in them, so, and they stink terribly, so it's time to let them go. So we've got the new topos, although those are my insoles, and I'm debating whether I want to use them again or not, because the water just destroyed them, which is a shame. They're good insoles, but I don't know if there's much left of them either. Alright, so next I'm going to show you, this is our van. So this is our little setup we have in here. It's not much, but it'll do. So we have a minivan, and we essentially just took out the back seats, put in a wooden frame, threw a little mattress on it and some bed, and we've got our water, we've got some food stuff under there, backpacks here. We've got some more storage space underneath in the back for a few cooking items. Most of it's still just the same backpack gear that we've always been using. So, you know, I mean, it's not luxury at its finest. We are still through hiking and using most of our backpacking gear. We just have, on occasion, a chance to sleep in the van, but it can get pretty stuffy, especially when it's getting pretty humid down here and you can't open the windows because the mosquitoes are attacking you. So we did get some screen for that, so hopefully that'll mitigate that, but at the same time, it's a little hot box in there, so it gets a little warm. But it's nice to be able to have a few extra things, a few extra pieces of clothing, to be able to not have to pack too many days of food. Like I said, a day's worth really, and a little extra meal, and to have some fresh food because we have a small little cooler that we keep some ice, which bag of ice only lasts a day, but we can have some orange juice and some milk and fresh fruit and vegetables, which is really nice because it's the fresh fruit and vegetables that I need. So I get to be a little more of a well-nourished through hiker, which is important. Through hiking food gets pretty boring pretty fast, and it's really highly processed, which, I mean, it needs to be light, and a lot of it's rehydrated, so it's not all bad. It's just, it gets pretty tiring pretty quickly, and as much as the freeze-dried food industry tries to make it delicious, yeah. There's a lot of meals out there that you think sound really good, then you eat them and you realize they're really not good. So it's a lot nicer to be able to just kind of grab like a bag of salad and a chicken and call that dinner and finish that off for the night and get some fruit for the morning and granola. And so you feel a little more well-nourished and a little more balanced when you're hiking, and you don't kind of crash and eat a lot of sugar. I mean, granted, I still like my sugar, I'm not going to lie, but I don't need it quite as often. And now that the water sources are definitely getting a little dodgier, it's kind of nice to have water at the ready that we know is good and potable. I mean, there's still water on the trail. It's perfectly good. Through hikers use it all the time. So it's not like it can't be found. It's just we have to rely on it a little less. But there's still a few big water carries. Just because you're doing 20-mile days, you need to carry enough water to get you through that. New York's so far hasn't been spectacular, and they do have signs stating that, you know, there are certain water sources you don't use. Hopefully that will improve, but either way, there you go. So that's the whole system and setup, and that's pretty much it for the day. The rest of my day is going to be sitting on my tush, and of course the sun came out because that's what happens. It poured this morning, so it was nice to not be outside, but now we are just relaxing on a nice sunny day, and I'm going to be trying to plan tomorrow. It looks like probably another 18-mile day. I think I go up about 4 mountains. One's Bear Mountain, although I think it's only like 1,300 feet. It's not really large. None of these mountains are really large anymore at this point. They will get larger, but right now they're pretty tame. But still, a 20-mile day is a 20-mile day. And for those of you in the metric world, that's what, 32 kilometers in a day. So it, you know, gets the thigh muscles going. All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the morning.